This is a support video for removing data validation errors in the account number column from our accounting templates. Just some background first. So the data validation errors that you see here in the account number column is as per design. So you can see it just indicates a data validation error. If you look at the column, the drop-down list, you'll see an account code and a description. So this is why there's a validation error, because Excel doesn't allow two columns to be included in a drop-down list, and we've basically included the two columns to make it easier to select account numbers. But now you cannot, the downside is you cannot enter account numbers. You need to select them from the list. So some users don't like doing that. So this video just shows how to remove the description, and which will remove the data validation error. So let's start by selecting all the entries in the account number column. So I'm doing end down. Shift N down to select all the account numbers, and then I'm going to go to the data sheet and look at the validation. So the validation runs off a list, and it's account select. That's the list name. So we need to go and have a look at account select. Just more background, if you go to the TB sheet, there's the account number and there's the account description. So at the moment we're including both in the drop-down list, which isn't allowed technically. So let's go to the formulas tab, and we're going to look at the name manager. So it's account select that we're currently using. Now that contains an offset formula. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but it's the last function argument that determines what's included. So which columns, basically the width of the offset. So we've got a column function in here which refers to the TB sheet row B. Okay, so it's really the value that function argument gives is 2. So to include 2 columns, because it works off column B. So all we're going to do is just change that B to an A, and then click the tick mark. Okay, so now this account select named range will only include one column. Let's close this. Now we go to the account number, and if you select, you can see it's gone, and your validation error will be gone as well. If you save your file, close it, and reopen, then you won't see that again. I mean, if I reselect it, you can see it's gone there. Okay, so if you want to remove your validation errors from the account number columns in our income and expenses sheets in any of the accounting templates, the basic, service, or trade-based, then you can just follow the steps as illustrated in this video. Aside from the accounting templates, there are 3 other of our templates which also use account descriptions in the account number columns. So let's just quickly show you how to get rid of the descriptions and thereby the validation errors in these templates. The first is the cash book template. As you can see, when we select the account number, we've also got the description in there, which is why there's a validation error. So I'm just going to select all of the account numbers, shift end and down. And then we're going to have a look at the validation. So it says account number. So that range is just used for the account number. So we're going to go and change that. So cancel here. We go to the formulas tab, name manager, account number, As you can see, the last function argument includes 2, so we're just changing that to 1. So that's one column, and click the tick mark and close. So let's just have a look. As you can see, if I select, it's gone. Okay, so that's the cashbook template if you want to get rid of the validation errors there, or thereby the descriptions. Let's look at the petty cache template next. Okay, this is the petty cache template, and as you can see, there's a description in the account number column. So let's select all the account numbers, shift end down, and then go to data validation. We've got account only, so let's look at the range for account only, and as you can see, 2 columns at the end. So just change that to 1, accept, close. Let's see now if we go IS330, and that's gonna get rid of the validation error. Right, the last template is the personal finance one, so let's look at that one. Okay, on the transaction sheet, you can see the validation error. It's been cleared in most of the cells, so just the ignore error has been selected there, which is why the validation error doesn't show in all the cells, but I've activated it in this cell. So as you can see, the descriptions are there. Again, let's go and select all the account numbers. So shift N down. Now if I go to data validation, we'll see it says accounts. But I know in this template, let's just go to formulas, and there is the accounts named range, but there's also a account number named range. And that's pretty much what we want to do. We want to go and change it to just have the account number. So in this case, I'm just going to do it a bit differently. Instead of changing the named range, this one, I'm going to change the data validation settings. So let's cancel that and go to data and data validation. So where this list, the source is accounts, I'm just going to change that to account number. So now all these entries will be based on the account number only and not that accounts list. So let's just see if it worked. If I go there, it's only the account number and there'll be no validation errors. And that's basically it. So that's how you get rid of the validation error. But as I said earlier, it's by design. You can safely ignore it. There's no repercussions. Aside from that, you only select account numbers. You don't enter them. But we've purposefully added that functionality to the templates so that it's easier to select accounts.